Our top focus at this hour: blaring horns, impassable streets and distressed citizens. All of this is the work of a movement that calls itself the Freedom Convoy. Truck drivers in Canada are demanding an end to COVID-19 vaccine mandates. It has disrupted major cities, clogging all key US-Canada border crossings. And in the latest, the truck blockade is tightening the screws on the auto industry. These industries are left with two options. That is, first, to shut down the auto plants, and second, to curtail production on both sides of the US-Canada border. Now, the bumper-to-bumper demonstration has entered its fifth day at the Ambassador Bridge that connects Windsor, Ontario to Detroit. And automakers who are already suffering from a global shortage of semiconductors are particularly affected by this partial shutdown of the Ambassador Bridge. This is because it carries 25% of all trade between Canada and the United States. However, protesters have made their demands clear. They say that they will not leave until all vaccine mandates and COVID-19 restrictions are lifted. The demonstrations have also left the Canadian capital paralyzed. Downtown Ottawa is home to Canada's Parliament, the central bank and Prime Minister Trudeau's office. It has been largely under lockdown after truckers occupied the streets. Meanwhile, the police chief in Canada's capital city has tried to calm down the angry residents and has further urged more resources from provincial and federal authorities. Listening.
Over the last 24 hours, we've continued to do everything we have with the resources that we have to reduce the footprint of the occupation and the effects of the demonstration and the unlawful conduct around the demonstration through a combination of negotiation and enforcement.
Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has also said that he is working with municipal leaders to do what was necessary to end the bridge blockade.
You cannot stop a pandemic with blockades. You cannot end a pandemic by decree. You can't end a pandemic by legislation. You need to end a pandemic by relying on science, by public health measures, and by vaccinations. That's exactly what we have focused on through these past 2 years.
Canada's Transport Minister also asserted on how Canada is still in a pandemic, further emphasizing on how the restrictions can only be lifted when conditions change.
Speaker, Canadians understand that we all need to follow science to protect our loved ones and to protect our healthcare workers. Canadians will do whatever it takes to protect their loved one. I can assure you, Mr. Speaker, our government will do what is needed to protect our health and to protect our economy.